timing is divine. For real talent to shine. Real stories to be told. Watch it all unfold. It's time to set the stage for greatness to be made. Time to prove that we can uplift and entertain. Shows that make you laugh and some that make you cry. News and information to help you find out why. Music, food, and fashion fills who you shows with divine inspiration. Honoraries in my HBCU. We got R&B divas, we got R&B kings, R&B live performers in a film called Broken Things. She speaks live, divas and cocktails. The brand new musical drama, It Girls Diary of a Diva is coming back all new. A short film, social conflict, producing curtains too. From the bottom up, Boulay Central, social conflict and D9 News. Yeah, subscribe and you'll see the power of Divine 9 TV. How it helps community rise up and shine. Owned by the culture, led by the divine. Let's rise up and shine on with Divine 9 TV.com. Owned by the culture, led by divine. Let's rise up and shine on with divine. Oh, da, 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 da.
What up, dope sexy people? What up, beautiful people? Hello. I see you, Instagram. I see you, TikTok. I see you, WRF.TV. I see you, Facebook. I see you, LinkedIn. And I see you, X, formerly known as Twitter. TikTok, y'all got the regular view back. Instagram, you know. Oh, I got lipstick on my finger. Hold on. That's from when I, ladies, you know what I did, just to make sure it didn't get on my teeth. I'm not gonna mimic what I did here, but damn. And I don't think I have anything. Oh, first, let me make sure you guys can hear me, because yesterday we started the whole damn show and you guys couldn't hear me. Looks like everybody can hear me. Please give me some, some hearts and stuff if you guys can hear me, as I am distracted. I'm gonna have to get up and go. I'm not gonna do this all night. Hold on, I'll be right back, y'all. See? Boom! Just that fast. And she's back. But I'm dropping lights and shit all over the place. Welcome to Nights with Nikki, guys. It's been a lot happening in the world today. So much has been happening in the world today, but this is a place where we can talk all about it. I like to apologize. First of all, I need to apologize to all my regular degulars because your girl's bugging. We started this whole show and we did not set the vibe off. Baby. If y'all watching me on Instagram and watching me on TikTok, I welcome you guys to see the full show, which is on WIRF.TV YouTube channel. Tonight we got a lot of cool shit to talk about. Y'all can see from the vibes we setting off right now that we not playing with it. It's some grown folks sugar honey iced tea. So please don't be offended by the profanity. What up, though? I see you, brother Kenny. Listen, let me say this real quick. If y'all have not had a chance, especially you YouTubers and Xers and LinkedIners and all of y'all, please log on to the Kenny Burns Show and watch the interview that I did with my brother Kenny Burns. Listen, I love having conversations where I can keep it real and just, it's not so serious and it's not so heavy. Ain't none of that. It's just good old appreciation and love for R&B. But not only does he have a dope, amazing conversation with me, also, I think RL and Case, Kenny, you got a bunch of people. So he has a bunch of folks, a bunch of great conversations. So you guys, please make sure that you go and you check out the Kenny Burns Show on YouTube and check out my interview and my conversation and all the other great conversations that are being had. Now, we got this little vibe going. And while the vibe is still happening, I want to acknowledge each and every one of you for coming in here, hanging out with your girl tonight. I see you, ubiquitous. I see you, and I'm so grateful. Thank you to my regular degulars that come and hang out with me. Instagram, I'm trying to get y'all to spread the word. I know it's very hard to break through the algorithm. And one of the things we're going to talk about tonight is what's going on with T-I-K-T-O-K. I'm starting to learn all the little code words and things that I have to use um in order to be able to, speak as freely as possible. You feel me? Ah, thank you. I'll see you soon. Yes, indeed. Y'all listen. I've gotten I love your face too, Kenny. Thank you so much, brother, for all the love. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. You guys make sure y'all check out that interview. I have been experimenting with my hair, y'all. Oh, just a sidebar real quick. Just not really experimenting, but you'll notice one day I got a pompadour kind of a situation, and next day I'm going natural. So today is natural curls, and I just have to share this. I'm sharing this to say this. My grandson, SUN, for those of you who know and have been following. What's up, Victoria? I see you. Oh, Kenny, if you're still around, but even if you're not, Victoria, some really amazing folks that have been hanging with me on my YouTube build and my social build said that they really enjoyed the interview, which means so much. So anyway, guys, back to my hair real quick, because this is really interesting. And I think that this is something that more of us should do. Maybe not the big chop, whatever. But my grandson, who the year he was born, my hair was kind of in a chop in a little bit. Thank you. Thank y'all for the compliments. I appreciate it. The year my grandson was born, my hair was kind of in the chop. TikTok, can y'all hear me okay? I hope y'all can hear me okay on TikTok. Yes? Give me some hearts if y'all can hear me okay. If you're coming in watching me from the other platform, especially YouTube, give me some likes. But anyway, let's get to this hair thing, and then we're going to get to some of the subjects that we're talking about tonight. So my grandson says to me, Nana, I didn't know you had curly hair. And the year that he was born in 2015, my hair was, I had a pixie. I think I actually had like a weave installed pixie, like a little, I'm going to have to go back and pull some pictures. But all that to say, it was really crazy. Today, he was just like, I didn't know. And my grandson has, like, his hair is the best hair ever. The kid just, he's so smart, handsome, y'all. He in advanced math classes. He just is really, I'm really proud of him. We had a deep conversation today, a really deep conversation. And I'm just so proud. But anyway, what I'm extra proud of is the fact that he is not like really a big fan of his curls, right? And I'm like, is you crazy? You got the curls that the girls dream about, right? Like, not that I'm trying to he's 10, about to be 11, but his curls are like so great. And he doesn't really like to wear them anymore because like a lot of the kids that he go to school with, they have their little fros and their locks and stuff. And his hair is like, more fine than mine. I got very coarse, thick hair. It's curly, but it's coarse and it's thick. So he kind of stopped rocking his curls. I was telling his pa, I was like, yeah, babe. I'm like, he really is into this like picking his hair out thing, and that's cool. I love it. But he was like, yeah, oh, okay. He was like, all right. And I was like, see, curls aren't so bad, right? And he was like, I mean, I guess, but I didn't know your hair was curly. So all that to say, our kids pay attention, you know what I mean? And he was just like, I'd never seen your hair that short. And he was like, so you have curly hair too? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, curly hair is fresh. Like, I know like that kind of like, the look the boys have now. Thick and like they use the little brush. He can't really use the sponge brush because his hair just a little too fine because his mom's hair is like super fine. So yeah, that warms my heart because it was even though he didn't, say, oh, well, wow, your hair is short, so I'm gonna be rocking mine short more. It was a sort of affirmative of a thing when he talked about my hair. Thank you, Leaf Lunch. I love you so much too. I appreciate you. I heard it through the grapevine that you ain't feeling too fine, and I hope that you feel much better. Yes, I do. Well, it happens on the day. Y'all listen, it's crazy because it's 31 years. It's been 31 fucking years. And I have to say, I am very, very grateful. I'm a very grateful person. Even though the industry has not always been so kind, You guys make sure. Hold on, let me do this real quick. I'm going to let Instagram know where we at. So because I know the algorithm don't always. Well, we're gonna talk about this algorithm, y'all. We're gonna talk about TikTok. We're gonna talk about Ray J. We're gonna talk about Coco Golf. Ooh, did y'all see the Coco Golf thing? Ooh, we finna talk about that. Hold on, wordtv.com. All right, let me pin this. I'm pinning this so that you guys on Instagram, because I know Instagram be struggling with the algorithm letting y'all know that I'm live. And from the looks of things, TikTok has been letting folks know who's the boss. And it's not, the people. Because we'll get into that. But before we get into that, y'all, tonight we're gonna talk Halle Berry. We're talking Chris Brown. We are talking ilian Umar. We are talking KB Lane or Kabi Lane. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Speaking of TikTok, Mary J. Blige has some choice words for some people, and we're gonna get into that as well. We're talking, as I mentioned, Coco Golf and Ray J. This Ray J thing is really like, I don't like it. Y'all, I know I've known Ray J and Brandy and their mom Sonia and their dad, Mr. Norwood, since the before my career was even thought of. When I first got to LA, I did a play with them called Twist. Ray J was a baby. Like he was like, I want to say Ray J was probably like 8. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it was maybe 9 or 10 or something, but Brandy couldn't have been a more than shit. When Brandy came out, she was 14. So Ray J probably was like 6 or 7. I don't know. But yeah, some very disturbing things that Ray J has put out there. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna unpack it. Even though you guys may have heard or read in the blogs a lot of what we talk about on Nice with Nikki, I like to think that we offer an objective perspective on it. Just grown ass perspective. I like to call these segments. I'm about to tell y'all it's not good. We're going to get into the Ray J thing. It is not good. My TikTok family, my Facebook family, my Insta family, my LinkedIn family, my ex, formerly known as Twitter family. It ain't good. And it's really super sad. But we got a lot to talk about tonight. But before we get into all of the things that we have to talk about, again, I want to thank y'all. And I have to give myself a round of applause. Oh, the people, I got to turn this up so that y'all can be engaged. Oops, excuse me. Yikes. Okay, here we go. Let's do it again. Nikki, you deserve a round of applause. And I am giving myself a round of applause because I have shown up to work on these here platforms doing my live every night, like I said I would. I've been on TikTok live, Instagram. I put y'all on a little bit of a punishment because y'all don't be showing up and y'all don't be sharing the lives and people don't be, but I'm gonna give y'all some air. Hey Muhammad, I see you. Thank you so much, Muhammad. Thank you. Okay, guys, real quick. We're doing this thing. I like to share information that I get. I like to call these Nights with Nikki segments Scroll With Me, which is where I get caught up on all things entertainment. And baby, when I tell you there are so many things happening out here in these here entertainment streets, and I think because I'm an old auntie and I have a perspective on it because I've been in this business for a very long time, that I can unpack it in a different way. But what I like to do is I like to pull, topics and stuff for us to talk about. And I have grown really addicted to Baller Alert. Shout out to the owners of Baller Alert who happen to be women of color and Jasmine Brand and all these places. Hey, Brian, I see you. All these places I pull from. But this is a really good question. This is a question I want all of you to think about. And if y'all want to put it in the chat after I do the headlines and we talk about all the crazy shit that's happening out here in these entertainment industry streets, then we're going to answer this question. And the question is, what is the most toxic thing that you confused for love? The Baller Alert question of the day, I love these, is what is the most toxic thing that you confused for love? Baby, when I say I got responses to this, I've got responses to this. Okay, so let's get into one of our first stories. Y'all, it's a lot going on in the TikTok streets. I have to say, I didn't mean to do that. I can't see nothing when I do it that way. I can't see a thing. Hold on. So I don't know if you guys are familiar or not, but TikTok is under new ownership. And the new ownership situation has taken place. And it's a little scary what is happening now. I don't want to lose no TikTok privileges because I love the ticking and the talking, and y'all be showing up just like the ex people be showing up. Y'all be showing up. So I'm gonna read this here article from Baller Alert. Again, shout out to Baller Alert. This shit is all alleged because I'm a baby attorney because I've been in litigations and whatnot for a good little minute. But celebrities are allegedly, this is all allegedly deleting TikTok after claiming that the ice cream truck videos are being blocked. After several celebrities said that TIK was allegedly limiting their videos because of ice cream trucks, comedian Meg Statler announced that she was getting rid of her account, claiming that the platform's new ownership was blocking her from uploading posts critical of the agency. Stalter, known for her breakout role in Hacks, told her Instagram followers on Sunday night that TIKTOK is under new ownership and will be completely censored and monitored, allegedly. This is what she said. This is me just being a media company reporting the mother flipping news. She says that she was unable to upload anything about U.S. Ice cream trucks. And she says, see, I'm learning that I got to figure out other ways to say this shit, and hopefully that y'all follow me. I see what you're saying, Brittany, about this new TIK-TOK policy. TIK-TOK's leadership disputed the claims that the platform was censoring content. In a statement on its new X account Monday, the TIK-TOK USDS joint venture said that dealing with a power outage was the reason why that had happened. And the controversy comes amid widespread outrage. Yes, there is still widespread outrage, right? Justifiably. Alex Preddy and of course Renee Good. We can't forget, and then there's a brother. There's a black man who is also, allegedly unalived under the same circumstances. And I've heard that there are ice cream trucks all over the ATL. I don't know what else to say except they're ice cream trucks. I saw the ice cream trucks being brought in by the big ice cream truck bringer inner. Public scrutiny has also intensified surrounding Renee Good. And, listen, you guys, I have been saying this for 10,000, 100 million, gazillion, quadrupling years. People are going to continue to be shocked and dismayed when they discover on a regular basis that if you don't own it, there is nothing that you can do about it. And the operative word in all of this for me is ownership. And it's crazy because, I know that was some political stuff as well. I know that it wasn't just all about, money. It was also politics, right? But Isaac Hayes is talking about it. You see the YouTube channels and we just really, y'all, like, can we have a serious minute? Like, for real, for real, for real, for real? Social media has been really instrumental in getting a lot of movements going and a lot of movements started. It has been really instrumental. And you guys, please make sure y'all share this video because when I started saying certain keywords, this keyword shit is real. Jack from Twitter made it clear, or formerly of Twitter made it clear. This keyword thing is a very real thing. So I don't know what words I might say that may, limit the reach. So please do me the kind favor of spreading the good word that tell a friend, nice when Nikki is back again. Give me hearts, give me likes, share the video. Because, I have to say, YouTube, and I've heard some people say that the X platform has been kind of doing it a little bit, but I feel like last night I had about 150 people or more on my X platform. So thank you very much, X. I appreciate that. We just really have to be diligent and focused on building our own sugar honey iced tea and supporting those platforms and infrastructures that are already in place, like Fanbase, like I think Spill is another one, like Divine 9 TV. I know y'all be like, well, this bitch stop playing this Divine 9 TV commercial and just get to the conversation. But I have to remind us constantly, having your own third space, having your own place where you are able to build community and have conversations and share information is more important today than ever. Because the thing, I know I probably can't say that, but y'all know that project thing I'm talking about. Them projects that we be living in, them people. I mean, we see little bits and pieces and nuggets of it everywhere. We see it, it's interesting. We did an episode before the election where we talked about the election and how important it is and how important, us being actively involved in it is. And we fucked around and found out. And a lot of people who thought it was going to be one thing, if it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Can I get some hearts? Can I get some retweets, some reposts, some follows in this motherfucker? Me and my bald-headed ass. Wow. Okay. We have got to really take things seriously. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to tell you just how effective building your own brand and your own shit and having ownership of your own self is. So this is how you use TIKTOK to make some shit happen. I hope I'm saying his name right. Kabi Lame has sold his company in a deal worth allegedly $975 million mother flipping dollars. $1 billion. Now I'm sure that includes, matter of fact, let me pull the story up. I'm sure that includes a lot of freedoms that he has given them people. I'm sure that, but I mean, having ownership of himself. And from what, okay, so this is the latest, and this is according to, I think, Gemini AI. We're going to talk about AI too, because I'm not all the way mad at it. You just got to learn how to use the shit right. Oh wow, you haven't received a notification. No worries, J Rock. You haven't missed that much. Hey, what up though, Flint? I see you. I deserve that round of applause. I appreciate your nice one, Nikki. Thank you, Victoria. I appreciate you too. Thank y'all for showing up. It means a lot. Okay. So let's get a couple of the details of this deal because this is a really big deal. January 26th, and this is based on AI and Gemini, like I said, I believe. In January 2026, Kabi Lane, the world's most followed TikTok creator, signed a major partnership and acquisition deal with reports indicating a valuation between not see you got to be see how you be how this is the example of reading the headlines and not reading the whole article. Because once you get into the article, then you see what's really happening, or at least a better picture. A valuation between 900 million and 975 million. Now, whether or not he gets all of that, we don't know. But anyway, key details of the new deal are there's a partnership structure that he sold a stake in his company, Step Distinctive Limited, to U.S. listed Rich Sparkle Holdings. Control and ownership. While Rich Sparkle gains exclusive commercial rights to Lane's brand for an initial, damn, if these points in this deal are accurate, hold on. Wait, but it says here, if this is right, this deal is for a 36-month period, but he still remains controlling shareholder, transitioning from a pure influencer to a strategic partner in the business. Okay, so now this is where it get a little funky, right? Instagram want me to get them some approval, which probably why they don't put this live out to a lot of people, because Instagram has been asking for, well, when you go to put a filter on, now you have to agree to like allow them to have your likeness and do an AI thing. And I'm just not doing that. Although I've probably done it unknowingly, because who's reading all them 5,000? Y'all, we're all, oh my Lord Jesus. If we really think about it, who's ever really read all them pages of that cell phone disclosure? Or any of them downloads that we do? Who's reading them all? If you're reading them all, call me. I got a gig for you. Shit. I need a reader who loves reading the fine details. But anyway, no, I'm joking. We should all be reading as much as we can. But there is an AI digital twin, which is a major component of the deal. The development of a hyper-realistic, hyper-realistic sounds really serious. I mean, what the hell is hyper-realistic? Because I got friends and stuff that be using the one that you could just pay $10.99 a month for. And does it say hyper-realistic? But for a $975 million valuation, hyper-realistic is sounding real like, okay. A hyper-realistic twin AI-powered generation version of him. The AI twin will be used for 24/7 global content creation, multilingual ads, and virtual live streamed commerce. I'm going to keep reading. Scope of business. The deal covers e-commerce, brand endorsements, licensing with a focus of expanding his brand into beauty, fragrance, and apparel. Okay, hold on. We're going to talk about this shit. I'm about to be buying shit from robots. Are we already buying things from robots? Okay, hold on. I'm an auntie, and I just be saying shit. I got a form of Tourette's. Don't charge it to me. Charge it to that. No, let me stop, because there are people who really do. See, I have to think about things. I just be saying shit. I take that back. I don't mean to make jokes about it because it's serious, but dude. Okay. Scope of business, e-commerce, fragrances, apparels, projected growth. Rich Sparkle aims to leverage Lane's 360 million combined followers to generate upwards of 4 billion in annual sales. So if they're making 4 billion, then they're paying him a valuation of 900 million. I don't know how much he gets, but the deal is considered a groundbreaking move in the creator economy, shifting focus from one-off influencer marketing to long-term equity-driven AI-enhanced full chain commerce. So my grandson and I, taking it back to my grandson and I were having a conversation today, and it all comes back to lame. I don't know if it's lame or lame, because it feels bad to be calling him lame if that's not really what it is again. That sounds like, should I say this? See, sometimes when I pause, which I don't do enough, but I'm saying it sounds like, but could this be taken the wrong way? If you got to think about it, should you say it sometimes? All right, let me talk about my grandson. If I come back to it, then I'm going to say it, because I think I'm going to come back to it. But let me just come down off of the processing it, because, again, you get $975 million. Well, damn, ownership. Ta-da! However, my grandson and I were talking, and he did not, I was telling him about Star Trek. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, Star Trek. It came out in 1966 or some shit like that, before I was born. And I said the first thing that I saw that looked anything like a phone was the Beam Me Up Scotty little thing he used to flip up. I was just so, as a kid, I was just so consumed by it. I'm like, what is this thing he's talking into? What is this thing? He flips it up, and y'all know, if y'all was watching Star Trek, y'all was really low key the same way I was. Like, what the fuck? What is he doing? Please hit like, please hit share, please hit subscribe, and all that other stuff. But anyway, so I tell my grandson, yeah, and I was like, and then there was the show called The Jetsons, and he was like, well, Jetsons, what is that? You know what I mean? He's all into he's a gamer, which that's a whole nother conversation. And we're actually going to talk about this kid in this Roblox situation. I got to make sure I talk about that. But anyway, I said people on the Jetsons used to talk to each other on a screen, much like we're doing right now, real time. And he was like, well, of course they talk to each other, like how, like FaceTime? I'm like, it's crazy. When I was his age, I was blew back. Like, look, Mom, they're talking and the cars are. So all that to say, now that we are in the age, and I'm not saying that this is what Brother Kabi Lame or Lamay or whatever is doing under his deal, but there is a fine line between leveraging and using AI to build your business, which I'm definitely doing. So I'm not anti-AI at all. In fact, I talked about it before. One of our first projects on Divine 9 TV is a doc. It is the Detroit Housewives League documentary. It is being narrated by human beings. It is being written by human beings. But the images and the visuals are definitely going to be AI generated, because I just can't afford, as a independent creative, to go back and figure out how to get 1930s done in a documentary. Now, once the documentary comes and people say, oh my God, this is amazing, let's make this a full-length feature, then there's the budget and there's a whole thing. But for the documentary, what's most important is the story of these women, Black women in Detroit, who led the first ever economic protest. Is important for me to get out. But anyway, the fact that we are getting to a point where we can get $1 billion for what is kind of looking like is a little bit of your soul for about 36 months. Like the fact that you got a 36-month, and at first I was like, well, 36 months isn't bad, but you have a 24-hour, 24/7 right to license his image and his likeness and sell things to people and do a hyper realistic version of him. Hopefully there is a very airtight clause in there that says it's just certain shit you can't do. You can't sell. Like, I know even in contracts in the 90s, we have the right to determine whether or not we want our songs used in political stuff, or just however we want our songs used. You know what I mean? Artists can make those determinations. So I really hope that the brother has has the power to do that. Speaking of technology, guys, I want to talk about this story real quick because I have a grandson that I have been, very concerned about, his usage on these games. And I want to talk about this because I'm sure a lot of other people out here are wondering, like, because here's the thing, he does well in school. He's a polite kid. I want him to learn AI. I want him to know technology. I understand that games are different. Like, they're not playing Monopoly, even though we played Monopoly and Uno and shit like that with him. And he enjoys those games, right? But the truth is, we're trying to completely rebuild the it's just, I'm not going to make excuses. Excuses are mere monuments of nothingness, building bridges nowhere. People who follow such competent rules are masters of nothingness. I get it. But he's still doing too much screen time and playing the games too much. And in particular, there's one game that has had a lot of controversy surrounding it, and it is Roblox. And this story is very unnerving. In New York, a 15-year-old boy is missing after traveling to a New York boy is missing after traveling to New York to meet someone he met on Roblox. The family of a missing 15-year-old Long Island boy say their son disappeared 2 weeks ago after going to New York City to meet someone he met through the online game Roblox. Thomas Medlin left Stony Brook School around 3:30. I just broke my nail. Around 3:30 p.m. on January 9th and ran to the Stony Brook train station where he boarded a train to Grand Central Station in New York City, the Suffolk County Police Department said in a news release on January 12th. He has never left our side, Yan told the outlet through tears. I just cannot believe why he left in the first place, James Medlin Thomas's father told the outlet. Yan said that the family and friends have formed search parties in both Long Island and New York City to search for her missing son. Authorities asked anyone with information on the whereabouts of Thomas to call the Suffolk County Police Department. 4 squad detectives at 631-854-8452. Knowledge is protection. So Deliver Fund is the platform that reported this story. And y'all, it's really scary because, like I said, I ain't judging not one parent or grandparent or relative who might feel some type of way about, the screen time. These kids be flipping the out when you take their devices. Now, my Braylon ain't crazy. I mean, he does it like when you leave the room. I'll hear like stuff falling and shit, like just now. The temper tantrums stuff. And that's dangerous because they're becoming addicted. And it is just too convenient to just throw a tablet or iPad in their hands and just like let them rock and roll with it. But these predators out here are real. Not only are the predators real, the fact that most of them here lately these days are being protected. Even when the people be saying that you need to release the tapes or you need to show the thises or the that's, they're still not held accountable. And I hope and pray to God that this young 15-year-old is found safe and sound. I cannot imagine. Please hit like, you guys. Please hit like and please share the video. I cannot imagine what his parents are experiencing, what his parents are going through. But we have got to just pay more attention to what our kids are doing on these games. And it's crazy because I don't know how to operate none of that shit. I be having such a hard time figuring out how to turn the devices off. I'm like, how you turn this shit off? Like, I feel like you done rigged the iPad so it don't work with my fingerprint or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, pay attention to what your kids are doing, you guys, and pray for this family and this teenager. In some not so like doom and gloomish news, one of my favorite actresses ever, I think she's super talented, Halle Berry. She has a very interesting role. She landed the lead role in Apple's new thriller, The President is Missing, and she calls the new film venture her second act. President is Missing is this, y'all listen, I heard Steven Spielberg got a good one coming out. Something about Disclosure Day with the guy from Jurassic Park. I also heard that Leviathan thing is coming out. I don't know what they're trying to tell us, but for real though, I think that the aliens is coming. I think they just don't want us to panic. No, I'm just saying, but for real. According to Deadline, the Apple original film project cast the Oscar winner as president. Oh, she's playing the president. Okay. Joanna Duncan in a gender-swapped adaptation of the best-selling political thriller by Bill Clinton and James Patterson. This becomes more interesting. Let's lean into it. A president is writing a thriller. A former president is writing. If this is former president, yeah. I mean, they said Bill Clinton. Shouldn't they say former President Bill Clinton? But anyway, James Patterson, who's another just amazing writer. The story follows a sitting U.S. president who must evade her own security team to stop a catastrophic terrorist threat that could send the country into chaos. The high-stakes thriller stands as a centerpiece of Barry's growing Halle. We're going to pause. All you had to tell me is that Halle Berry is producing this under her own imprint, under her own banner. Boo, what? Give me some, Halle. The high-stakes thriller stands as a centerpiece of Berry's growing Halle banner, while other projects, including the action comedy Bad Cop and several TV series, round out the company's motherfucking momentum. Berry shared her excitement publicly, writing, "New chapter unlocked. Words can't describe how excited I am for this second act in TV and film. Let's give Halle Berry." See, when I brought y'all this story, I had no idea that she was actually producing her own shit. And I just think that is fan flipping tastic. We're going to get into Ray J. We're going to get into Coco Gauff up next. But I am just blown away. I think that is like so cool. And the reason why is because, like I said before I even realized that, Halle Berry is one of my favorite actresses. She really I think Halle Berry is the example of somebody who really has the chops and can really act her ass off. But for whatever reason, because she is so stunning and because she is so beautiful, she don't really be getting the props that she needs to get. So I'm really proud of our sister, Halle Berry. TikTok asked what the name of the movie. It is called The President is Missing. And in the movie, our sister Halle Berry is playing president of the United States, which is like SoBomb.com. I love that. I love to see, Black women in power positions being able to, because you know what, y'all, listen, men have had a nice long run in Hollywood, and when it comes to like choosing roles, and the fact and the thing that's so dope about it is her company is getting into series, they're getting into film. There are several other projects that are coming out under her imprint, and that's just what the future of entertainment should look like. It should look like Black women who have paid their dues, Black women who are talented actresses and producers like Halle Berry having the opportunity to share really powerful stories that show us in a different light. Because for the last 30 years, We have been strippers. We have been the girl, roundaway girl. We have been the hood chick. We have been the distressed single mother. We have been all of these archetypes and characters, the mammy, the harlot, all of these archetypes, right? The mean bitch, because most of the narratives have been created and exploited by men who don't know what it means to be a woman with vision and ideas. And the gatekeeping has been at an all-time high forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. I mean, think about it. All your faves that were participating in the gatekeeping, I said it. All your faves that were participating in the gatekeeping are now, either locked up or being accused of doing really egregious things. I got to really think. I mean, the world is a different place, so you really got to think about what you say. As much as we would like to think that we can just be honest and transparent and just say what you mean and mean what you say and just say it how you want to say it. It's getting a little censor-like out here. And you really have to make the decision whether or not you want to be censored because you are speaking your mind, or targeted because you are speaking your mind and have a perspective, or you want to just shut the fuck up and live your life in peace. I did not pull this. See if I can find it. I'm not even going to do it like that, because then that would be half-assed. Tamika Mallory had a very strong statement about the fact that this is not the moment to check out. And it's interesting because I was just like, you know what, Tamika, thank you. I needed this. Make sure you go to her page and take a look at it. But I was like, thank you, Tamika, because I really was just kind of like, you get burnt out. You get burnt out. And my excuse for being burnt out from this whole political stuff and the trauma, doom scrolling that happens. Did y'all hear that the doomsday clock done sped up? It's closer to midnight than it's ever been. Oh yeah, they done said the doomsday clock. Now I don't know what in the entire hell that means. But be clear. They said that MF done sped up. I need some ginger, you guys. Cause yeah. Throw a little dry. This was why did I do this? Why? So I just be on here chewing like, okay. Bad idea. I'm sorry y'all had to see that. I know my husband he's like fighting the air right now. Sorry. Yeah. Tamika made it clear that, that 92% picture, I posted it a couple days ago. Yes, the day before yesterday maybe. Where all the sisters are sitting on the porch. Sitting on the rooftops and whatnot with their coffee. Let it burn. Let it burn. But Tamika Mallory said that is not what we do right now because, and she is 100% right, I'm paraphrasing. She said, America catches a cold, we catch the flu. It's trickle down. What they are doing to non-Black people, and they running all these ice cream trucks through ATL and other urban cities, Black, predominantly urban cities. So it's one of those get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, Don't give up the fight. This is still our country, though. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. Let's get into this Coco Gauff story. So we got a couple more. Yeah, we got a couple more stories. We got Coco Gauff, we got Ilian Umar, we got Chris Brown, and we got Ray J. Oh, and we got Mary, real quick. Mary's a fast one. And I'm trying to make Coco a fast one. But I really need to talk about this Coco Gauff thing. Because when I saw it, I was like, ooh wee, so many things just popped into my mind. Okay, Coco Gauff appears to be calling for a change in the tennis community after a 6-1, 6-2 quarterfinal loss to Elena Svitolina. Sorry, sis. In the Australian Open, Coco Gauff expressed frustration not just about her performance, but also about how a private moment of anger was captured and shared. Coco, who was ranked number 3 in the world, tried to find a secluded area behind the Rod Laver Arena to vent by hitting her racket against the concrete ramp, believing that it was away from cameras. But footage of the smash was broadcast and quickly went viral on social media. Speaking to the press later about the incident, she said that she made the choice to break her racket away. She made a choice to break her racket away from the court so as not to take her frustration out on her team or show it in front of the cameras. She also openly criticized the tournament's broadcast decisions, drawing comparison to a similar situation in the U.S. Open. I kind of have a thing with broadcast. I feel like certain moments, the same thing that happened to Arina after I played her in the final U.S. Open. I feel like they don't need to broadcast, Coco continued. I tried to go somewhere where they couldn't broadcast it, but obviously they did. Maybe some conversations can be had because I feel that this tournament, the only private place we have is our locker room. Many have since come to Coco's defense, agreeing that it is time to have an honest conversation about player privacy and how emotional moments can be handled by broadcasters during these tournaments. I got a lot to say about this, and it may be an unpopular opinion. She is fantastic. She is phenomenal. She is the world's greatest, one of the world's greatest. But I'm going to say that I get her desire for privacy to vent her frustrations with a loss, especially if she's disappointed in her performance. 100%. And on a different level, definitely not like at the level that she's experienced it, but as somebody who has been pissed about a show, pissed about a note, pissed about it, you know what I'm saying? I have been guilty in my younger days, especially, of before I get to the dressing room, walking down the hallway back to the dressing room, irritated AF. Fuck that fucking note. Shit. Now, I wasn't smashing a racket to the ground to break it. I don't know if this is a tennis thing. Forgive me, tennis people, if it is. And my group member, soror sister, Erin Jackson, is probably going to be like, now, Nick, you can't say nothing bad about Coco. And she probably going to have my head about this. But it was out of order for her to have done that any place other than a private location. I'm sorry, Coco. I think you are phenomenal. And I hope that this clip doesn't go viral and they like, see, she don't stand with Meg and she don't stand with Coco either. But the reason I'm saying this, because that's all a lie. The reason I'm saying this is because if you know that this is not the first time that these people have captured your tantrum or your frustration. Maybe because she's such a elite athlete, we're gonna take it out of the tantrum space and put it in the like something that, premier elite. Please hit like, please hit like. But let me show you guys. I'm talking about it a lot, but let me show you guys the clip so y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Right? Was not mad. So y'all don't see this on TikTok, but she walked over to the side of a wall and she just started going ham. Now, granted, I do agree with her. I'm like, why broadcast it? But there's a very simple answer to that question. Because as with any Black woman in any sport, on any show, in any industry, the minute you just start to show or display ABW behavior, ABW as an angry Black woman, they are going to monetize it. They are going to broadcast it. They are going to meme it. They are going to replay it. It does not matter that it is supposed to be an elevated situation. It does not matter. They want people to believe. And the spirit of them, the spirit of those. I don't know if it's the exact broadcasting company that did it, but I mean, if you had the ability to call the shots and say, let the girl have a private moment, don't do that to her, and you didn't, then I'm talking to you. You are they. They want to show Black women as angry, as hostile, as hypersexual, and there is something going on right now in all aspects of all the things, right? Where very successful people of color, very smart people of color are being I don't know if it's a humiliation ritual type situation or what. And I don't want to beat this dead horse because Coco's amazing and fantastic. But I hope that this teaches her the lesson that, it's like my mom used to say. What goes on in this house ain't none of these people out here business. You don't discuss my business out here in these streets. If you got a problem with your sister, you got a problem with your family member, you got a problem with your cousin, y'all handle that shit in the crib. Don't show public displays of this or that because they are always going to use it, especially in this day and age where people are doing shit for clicks and likes and integrity is out of the door. It's just sad and terrible. Okay, guys, I want to talk about this ilian Umar thing. I'm blown completely away by it, and I'm, I don't know, I don't know what to say because I haven't really been involved in the Minnesota of it all. But let me show you guys this clip. If you're on YouTube, you should be able to see it.
So here must resign or face impeachment. I don't know.
I don't know if y'all saw this, but
oh my God, he's
I
crazy.
I need a napkin to know nothing.
And then spray.
No. You're fine. You need to go get checked. No,
We will continue this. We're not gonna get away with it.
no, you don't know what.
All right. So first of all, let's go on ahead and give our sister ilian Umar her flowers. Because she said to fuck around and find out was a person. Her name is ilian Umar. I don't know what's happening. I have no idea what is happening in this country, and I don't think anybody in this country knows what is really happening in this country. I think that there is a very dark, angry, violent, destructive spirit and energy on this planet. And I think that we all have to really protect ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally I've been working out, eating right, praying and meditating, getting sleep. Me and my husband going to the range. All of that. Oh, if you are in a space where it is allowed and legal, get your permits, get your skills up. Just in case you ever need to, find it, way to protect yourself. It's crazy that we are actually at this place. But I'm gonna say this. And I've been saying it for the longest. I know that boots on the ground is definitely an effective way. And, when you see, that is a black woman. Ilian Omar is a black woman. I mean, yes, she's Ethiopian, and there's a whole argument. Or I'm sorry, I don't know what. Let me retract. I don't recall. I know, I've heard. But my point is just, we're seeing such a brutal attack on people who are out here really fighting for our freedoms and our rights. And if we don't think that this sugar honey iced tea is going to come close and come into our neighborhoods, and we think it's just, immigrants. I mean, Minnesota should have taught you or showed you that ain't all the way the truth. That's a bit delusional. Please hit like. Please give me hearts. Please give me some hearts. TikTok, y'all need to get them. Run them hearts up TikTok, please, so that people will know. Run them likes up YouTube. Run them. I don't know what y'all doing on Instagram. Let me just not get distracted. Get involved. I don't know how to tell you to get involved. I don't know what capacity you have to get involved. I know that it is so difficult, but imagine what made me change my perspective. I was going to say this earlier. What made me change my perspective on doing what I can is, at first I was just like, I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I'm burnt out. I just came off this case. I just lost my sister to brain cancer. I lost my mom before that. I lost my dad. Right. I just, the loss started to come in. The financial things that I'm recovering from all started to pop up. And then I'm like, well, they're tired too. All the people that are fighting for our rights, all the people who are fighting for our civil rights, they're tired. And not getting the support and not getting the rock star treatment. Because those are the real rock stars, the people who are out in our communities, the mayors, the governors, the congresswomen, the city council members, the people who are out here, the senators, you know what I mean? There are good people in politics. There are people in politics who really care about us, who care about our communities. And, when I think about, Songbird, I hear you said, I've been exhausted hours ago. I'm sorry, ages ago. Me too. But we cannot grow weary. You guys, I say this all the time. Our ancestors had so much less than we did. They did. They had so much less in terms of resources, in terms of ways to get the message out to the people. We are rolling back to the point where our kids are not going to have the rights that we have. Young women already cannot go have abortions. Oh shit, I said that word on my YouTube. Sorry. We went from college forgiveness, student debt forgiveness, to if you don't pay, we gonna take. the things that are happening are spot on. That project everybody was talking about. And this is what it feels like. And then I'm gonna get off of this political thing, get into Chris Brown, and get into what is happening with Ray J, because it's really sad. But we're seeing all kinds of rollbacks, DEI, hundreds of thousands. We probably, I mean, last time the number was like 500,000 or some shit like that. It was a ridiculous number of women who lost their jobs. And I was the second Black man in 1989 to work in a hospital pharmacy. God bless you. And thank you for doing that. Now they're rolling it back where nurses are no longer considered professionals or something. Hold on. Sorry, TikTok. Let's see what we're doing here. Okay. So now they're rolling back all of these rules about nurses and how that works. Let me do it like this so I can see y'all's comments. Thank you guys. I'm sorry, I forgot. So we have to get involved. You got to figure out a way. Whether it is fundraising for people who are out there in the field fighting, whether it is educating, informing people, I don't know. You just got, because if you think as a celebrity or an influencer or somebody who just don't want to be bothered with what comes with, speaking out, especially now that speaking out is being threatened, don't think that because you acquiesce to the bullshit that you're not going to be considered someone that they're going to not F with anyway. Like Hollywood has been doing that forever, right? Making people feel like if you are agreeable and you acquiesce and you don't challenge the system, that we'll make sure we take good care of you. And so many people have found out that that was a lie. And now we're learning that our favorite celebrities either don't have power or are afraid to leverage and use their power for fear of their lifestyles being compromised because the power brokers who own all of the platforms, the oligarchs and all of those ones, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. What's going on here? It was a fight with racism. I had 14 awards in pharmacy. I did changes in colorism. Wow, too many minorities in nursing, so now they want to remove the professional status. It's called a bigger, yeah. It's a lot of, y'all, I'm telling you, they coming for these platforms. They're coming, like, I was listening to Isaac Hayes or somebody was talking about Atlanta. And they were talking about how many multimillionaires and stuff are in Atlanta. And it's crazy because my initial thought was maybe we shouldn't say that too loud. Especially when we see the ice cream trucks rolling in. Because I be thinking like, Black Bottom in Detroit, which I'm working on a project about that. Detroit Housewives League. Black Bottom was created because a group of women called the Detroit Housewives League, led by Fannie Peck, staged the nation's first economic protest. Buy, boost. If they don't buy where you can't work, buy, build, boost. Buy, build, boost. They started opening up businesses Oh, ain't such and such son in dental school? Well, why don't we get him a bunch of dental clients and just help him open up his business? Doesn't such and such know how to open up a beauty salon? Why don't we just get her all the clients? Tulsa, Greenwood Avenue. We hear about, again, I've talked about this numerous times on my page. We hear about how it was burned to the ground, but what we don't hear about is how it was built. And that is strategic. Ownership, lack thereof, is strategic. So shout out to Ilian and Omar, who said, nope. She said, we not going to let this motherfucker. She said, motherfucker, we not finna let this. We're going to get our message out. And she got her message out. And it's a shame that people can't even speak their mind and speak their thoughts in a country where that is supposed to be your First Amendment right. I mean, they starting with the first one. I mean, I was down the road with the due process situation. And now when I see everything that's happening in America and all over the world, it makes it more clear to me why my situation ended up being the way that it did. Because whether it was people realizing, oh, baby, it's going to be way bigger things to be concerned about in this here country, and all of you folks of color and indigenous and Native American lives, you're going to have a whole lot more to be concerned about. And that's just really unfortunate. And God bless America. I'm praying for us. So speaking of litigation, lawsuits, and this is some good lawsuit news. Very happy to report this story. I think because as a person who is always going to ride with the people, you know, who are saying something was taken from them, I'm happy to hear this because I'm a really big Chris Brown fan. I think Chris Brown is just so talented and so handsome and so grown up these days. And before anybody checks me about, but what happened with Rihanna? Listen, none of us is above reproach. The man is grown as hell. I don't even know why I mentioned that shit because they both seem to be very happy and have moved on. They were young. And it is not excuse. It is simply when people apologize, when people learn their lessons, don't keep holding their hand to the fire. A judge has officially dismissed a trademark lawsuit filed against Chris Brown over his Breezy Bowl tour. And it all came down to the plaintiff losing not one, but two lawyers along the way, according to Billboard. If you recall, the lawsuit was initially filed last July by Miami-based swimwear company called Breezy Swim, just as Chris kicked off the U.S. leg of his worldwide tour, Breezy Bowl Stadium Tour. The brand claimed that Brown's tour name and merchandise infringed on its trademark and caused confusion with its annual runway event, which was also called the Breezy Bowl. However, things fell apart behind the scenes in September. Breezy Swim's attorney first withdrew from the case, citing fundamental breakdown in communication and irreconcilable differences with the company's leadership. And the brand brought a second lawyer, but she also exited the case in December for similar reasons. Since companies are not allowed to represent themselves in federal court, Judge Beth Bloom warned that the case would be dismissed if Breezy Swim failed to secure new legal representation. According to a court order issued Tuesday, that never happened. As such, the matter has been dismissed with prejudice. Judge Bloom wrote, meaning the case is officially thrown out for now, but could technically be refiled in the future. So, kudos to Chris Brown, for dodging that. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Yes, Detroit is in the house. I thank y'all for liking my little afro, my little natural afro. It's so easy. I said earlier today that my grandson was like, "Ooh, Nanny, your hair is natural. I mean, curly too," because he don't like his curls. He feel like his curls make him look soft, so he'd be picking out his afro. I'm not mad though. And then he told me something about maybe y'all heard of this. It's called a not a temp fade. It's called a oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, a taper, a something taper. I don't know, but it's really cute. I'll show y'all a picture at some point. So yeah, Chris Brown has officially been cleared of trademark issues. We got the Ray J story. Okay, the Mary J. Blige. Let's go into this Mary J. Blige thing because I want to say this is really interesting. Then we'll go into the Ray J story. Mary, come out and play. Oh no, that's Bad Boys. That ain't Mary. I got one person watching me on Instagram. Hi, one person on IG. 200,000 of them there. But the live only went to one of you. But come on over to YouTube and check it out. And because it's one person watching, I'm going to keep this live up because you two deserve it. What up, TikTok people? Heard it through the grapevine, Brownstone forever. Thank you guys for appreciating my little natural afro. I worked with her cousin at the hospital in Savannah. I don't know who we were talking about. It's great to interact with celebrities on TikTok. Thank you. It's great for you to be here. Love the gray streak. Ain't that crazy? I still only really have gray in one area of my head. The rest of it, it's like kind of getting gray on the sides here, which I had to like gel it down because if I don't, then it looks like I'm balding on my sides and I got edges. Oh, I got edges. Okay. So Mary J. Blige had a message and this message was straight to the point. Mary don't strike me as one that's going to miss too many words. She said, not a single person who tried to play me ended up in a good situation. Be careful. God is serious about his baby girl. Listen. Oh, you were on IG and you came over to YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Amory Couture 32. I appreciate you for coming over. We were born for a time such as this soror. Yes, indeed, we were. Absolutely. Shout out to our Sigma Gamma Rho sorority incorporated soror, Robin Kelly, who's out in the fields, Ayanna Presley, Jasmine Crockett, so many amazing women. And Auntie Maxine, we can't forget about her neither. But real quick on this Mary J thing, you guys. So when I saw this, it's interesting because I believe that there are people out here who really are protected by God's grace. I think everybody is, but I think just certain times you mess with the wrong person. And I think the wrong person is someone who doesn't mean you any harm. I think the wrong person is a person that you intentionally, for one reason or another, just want to fuck with them. Just want to make their life difficult. Just want to drag them for no reason at all. And God is always going to be what God will do and how God will handle a person who has mishandled you is always going to be a much more effective way to allow the situation to happen. When you consciously in your mind try to figure out how to get back to somebody, even if they deserve it, when you're trying to figure out how I let this bitch know she played with the wrong one, it ain't gonna never come out as smooth and as sweet as when God does it. And I think that, I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if it's a general statement that she made, if it was directed to somebody, but there's always a reason to remind people when you are a good person and you don't mean nobody no ill will, but somehow or another, you always end up with your name in the middle of some stuff or people always trying to play on your shit. God is going to look out for people with good intentions and good hearts. And it doesn't always come on time. It ain't always going to come in the moment. Because trust me, when I was going through this case, I'm like, I need you now. I need you now. I need you now. I need you now. Jesus. Where you at? Here, right? I'm here. Right? But God is going to come when God sees fit. And he is going to protect you in the way that he sees fit. And it's not going to be about you getting your get back because something happened. It's going to be about the lesson that God wants them to learn. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Like in a purpose-driven life, it is not about you. So when Mary makes a statement, I've never seen a person who has tried to do me wrong be successful. I took it a step further in my mind and I said, instead of it just being so literal, figuratively speaking, spiritually speaking, karmically speaking, God is going to handle the situation for you because you are not a person of ill intentions or ill will. And I've seen that very same manifestation occur with a lot of motherfuckers who have done me wrong. A lot of situations that have tried to ice me out, move me aside. I have seen God move, and it wouldn't even be something that I would even think. Like, it ain't even like, it wouldn't even be in my, wheelhouse to figure out how to have the impact that God does on somebody who does some foul shit to me. But I don't think it's just about me. I think it's about the lesson that that person needs to learn so that they can live a better life for themselves and not do it to the next person, because that's the thing. A person with a sour heart and a black soul will not just work to destroy you, but they will work to destroy a lot of good things and a lot of good people. So when we say God don't play about me, I think that it is God doesn't play about any person who is coming from the right place. And like my girl Faith Evans, my sister, be saying, when you coming from the right place, you can't go wrong. I'm gonna get into Ray J. I'm gonna show you guys a Ray J video, but before I show you guys the Ray J video, I want to get into this question of the day, because it's kind of on topic with what we've been talking about here on this here evening of Nights with Nikki. Thank you guys. I see y'all coming in. I see y'all hitting the like, share, and subscribe button. It's crazy because I don't know. Should I start doing my show later? Because I feel like when later, like I see a lot more of y'all coming into the room, into the space. So I feel like my husband was like, no, you don't need to do your shit later. Hand pink waving. What does that mean? I don't know. Oh, royal treatment. I need this. Yeah, no. Listen, real quick, just to marinate on that a little bit. And this is for royal treatment 17. One of my therapists, I have a couple, because I have 4 very close people to me that are actual, real professional therapists that I just happen to have in my family and in my sisterhood and my friendship. So I get some free therapy and I get unbiased therapy because they know me. So I don't always go. But anyway, therapy is good. But I feel like I have been wronged by a lot of people in my life, as many of us do. I feel like a lot of those people are people I love very much, right? This is getting into this, what is the most toxic thing? That is the question of the day. Shout out to Baller Alert for this question of the day. What is the most toxic thing that you have confused for love? The most toxic thing that I have confused for love is a form of survivor's remorse or guilt giving or overcompensating with other people for my success. Did I say that right? I'm trying to fix it. No, I think I said it right. So let me explain it a little better so we understand. The most toxic thing I confuse for love is the idea, the thought, the practice of giving, guilt giving. It's interesting because my mom used to tell me this about Brandy when she was younger. Because if I went out of town, I came back home, we going shopping. I've been gone for a long time. Here, let me buy this for your room. Let me get you this. Let me get you that. I was young, I was very, very young. So I didn't understand like I do now. Not only that, even in relationships and friendships and with relatives and family members, I always feel like I had to pick up the check. I bought cars. I paid people's bills. I let people live with me. Like literally almost, 75, 80%. It might be exaggerating. 50% of like my cousins and friends and shit all came and lived with me at some point throughout my career. And I was always just pouring more into people. And I assume that pouring into people and giving them sometimes even more than I had to give. And it's a practice I still got to work on. But that would somehow translate into them loving me more, or like, you know, the fact that I can do more for them, you know, was like, oh, this is love. Shit, bitch, I got you on a fucking TV show. I love you. I got you with this. I got, you know what I'm saying? Like buying. And it wasn't like, don't confuse it. I don't want you guys to mistake this with like buying love or like buying friends, because I never did no shit like that. These are like really people, well, maybe indirectly or subconsciously in some, well, actually shit, as I think about it. But anyway, my point is just people that I loved and cared about and truly loved, that I wanted to have. Thank you, my travel. I'm glad you got it. People that, and listen, hold on. Let me get my motherfucking sound effects up and this back. Hold on. I think as a general rule, most women do that shit any motherfucking way. Just, we are always, you know, and it's not like you do things because you want something done in return. It's just that you believe that because you are loving on people and giving to them, you know what I'm saying, even when you don't have it, that these people are going to recognize what you have done for them, and the loyalty, you know what I'm saying, is going to be reciprocated, the energy that you put out. But what I had to learn is the shit that my mama used to say to me all the time that I could not quite grasp. And it was that love got to be real tough and hard and filled with things that you don't often want to see or hear from people. When somebody truly loves you, or when you truly love somebody, sometimes you have to just be like, no, you're going to do that shit by yourself. No, I'm not finna give you nothing else. No, I'm not finna show up for your ass again. No, you cannot come in my house after 2:00. No, you cannot. You understand? Because allowing people to take advantage of you and continuing to be a giver in a situation, I look at, like I said, in my career, I don't care what nobody tell you about what they used to be and who they was, and I was somebody before I met you. If you worked on something that I created at a time when wasn't nobody thinking about your ass that much, and after you worked on what I created for us, by us, all of a sudden you was the hot chick again and your follower count went up and all of a sudden you was that girl, then there was indeed love shown, especially when you put the realest shit you can do for somebody is put some money in their pocket. But what I had to realize is that that was not love as much as it was coming from my heart. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to hook my friends up. I'm going to bow. It was transactional. It was a transactional relationship. And that is okay too. But the question is, what is the most toxic thing you confused for love? And that is that because I'm looking out for you and I got your back and I'm doing for you, that you're going to reciprocate that and you are going to do that shit for me. You're going to show me love. And a lot of times people ain't here to do nothing but take from your ass. And I learned that at this big, I love you too. Thank you. I learned that at this big ass, grown ass age of 55, finna be 56. It's crazy because I dream of having sister friends like this, but definitely were transactional. Yeah. Yeah. And you know, like I said, I have learned that the most important thing that I can do for anybody that I love, so that the shit is not toxic and destructive as it relates to your girl, is to love and prioritize me fi motherfucking me way more than I have. And the most toxic thing that I confused for love is loving other people more. And not more, because I mean, at the end of the day, if it's me or you, it's me. And I think everybody has that perspective, self-preservation. But confusing access and being in the room, like cousins anyway, honey, we could be on this conversation forever, ever. Hey, Pam. Hey, my smart friend, Pam, the law intellect. It's so good to see you, sis. Yeah, so that is it. That is the toxic thing. Y'all, let's talk about this baby right here. Now, let me tell y'all my Ray J story. Let me share my Ray J story with you all. Where are we? We're at an hour and 30 minutes. Let me pace myself through this one. Because Ray J is family. Ray J is family. I said, y'all, I've known Ray J and Brandy. Thank y'all. I appreciate you guys. This took me, to 47. You got to learn it, y'all. We got to practice. We got to practice self-care and prioritizing ourselves over all the other stuff. Ray J. I've known Ray J, like I said at the beginning of this, I've known him for you know what? I'm going to play the clips. I am going to play the clips. Y'all will be able to hear the clips. I'm going to play the clips. Ray J's in trouble, you guys. And I don't know if part of me feels like some of this might be like, what the young people call it? I sound like an old ass lady. Some of this might be cap, but I don't know. So I'm about to play this. Take a listen.
27 is definitely a wrap for me.
No, don't say that, brother. Don't say that.
That's what the doctor
No.
said.
The doctor.
No,
don't say that. Because when you say that, you're confirming what
No.
the doctor
That's
said.
what they said. I don't
No. Fuck what they said, brother. You're going to live long.
Guess what?
You're going to live long to see your children grow up. Yes. Nobody ever told you this. You're going to live long to see your children grow up. Have children, too. Real shit. Nah, nigga. What doctor tell you your time is done? No. Fuck that. Your neighbor is a doctor. So watching this and you think that Ray's days are counted, I'm here to tell you.
It don't matter if my days
No, they're not. They're not. His days are not counted.
But guess what?
More life to the brother.
My baby mama gonna be straight.
More life to the brother.
My kids gonna be straight. If they want to spend all the money, they can spend it. But I did my part here.
That's okay. But we're not gonna spend. You have more life, my brother. You have more life.
My heart up on the right side right here. It's like
right side.
black. It's like done. He's bringing me coconut water and telling me I gotta go to Haiti and do some voodoo, which I think I'm going to Haiti, cause I think Haiti and my Haitian they got the cure. So I'm going to Haiti like in like 2 weeks, and I'm gonna stream it. I'm gonna do everything, but
He gonna stream it.
I fucked up like. You know why? Because I thought I was a bigger, like I had more weight. I thought I was a big, so I'm like, I can handle all the alcohol, like I handle all the Adderall.
Adderall and alcohol, what?
I handle all the drugs, I can handle everything, but I couldn't.
That's Ray J.
It curved my time here. It curved it. It curved all my time here. You know what I'm saying? I fucked myself real bad. I didn't think so, though. I'm like rolling around like this, like, damn, like, yo, I'm going so hard. I'm on like 4 or 5 bottles a day, 10 Addies. I'm like,
10
ain't
Addies
happening to me. I'm indestructible.
Okay, I can't. Like I said, I've known Ray J and Brandy and their family and their dad for a long time. So this is really sad for me. I don't know how serious it is. I'm hoping that he's like putting 10 on 5 maybe. I I don't see why he would play games like that. Right. People are like, I just can't take Ray J serious. Some people are saying that it sounds like he messed up his liver and his kidney. T. Turner says, I think he loves attention and will do anything for it. J Rock, ooh. J Rock says, in my honest opinion, I feel like Ray J's conscience is bothering him because he knows what happened to Whitney. He hasn't been the same since Whitney Houston got killed and is sad. Unalived, I'm sorry. Americ Couture says, this is sad to watch. You know, y'all, I'm like, Ray J knows what happened. Okay. I don't know. You guys, please hit like, share, and subscribe to WIRF.TV YouTube channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Nights with Nikki is back again. Sumi Harris says, why I play, right, pay attention to your health. Okay, Instagram, there are 3 of y'all on here. Yeah, people, I think as just generally speaking, I think we all just really, we're praying for you, Ray. We want you to get better. But I want to unpack this a little bit. Excuse me, y'all. I want to unpack this a little bit and go a little bit deeper into this whole, like, going to bringing really serious things to social media in a not so serious way. I'm an auntie. I know that it's a different world and people consume content differently. And, maybe you could say because of what's going on, he's a little intoxicated and he feeling a little like, fuck it, let me just say what it is. But he doesn't look healthy. He did post some pictures where he was in the hospital recently. He's had some issues with his family and some GUN incidents with his family and with his kids. And y'all, it hits a little different for me because when it's people that you know and people that you care about, people you love, even though we don't kick it like that. I love Ray and Brandy. Just like I love Aaliyah, just like I love Chloe and Halle. Like, these are like my little entertainment industry sisters and brothers and siblings. And being like, a big sister sort of figure in this business, it just feels like when you watch Whitney and Prince and Michael and Morris Chestnut, like, it's too much, y'all. It's just too much. It's just so much trauma in our community. It's so much loss. It's so much crash out behavior. I look at, I have alternated on how I feel about the whole Zeus thing so many times. And let me explain to y'all why I say that I have alternated back and forth. Because for a minute, my response to all of the Zeus stuff was somebody's going to do it. There was girls going wild. There was men behaving badly. Like, there's all of these, Love and Hip Hop and VH1 and this and that and the third. Not Morris Chestnut. Oh my God. Thank you, J Rock, for correcting me. I'm tired and I'm old. Nothing has happened to Morris Chestnut. Please forgive me for saying that. I meant Malcolm Jamal Warner. I did not mean Morris Chestnut. Forgive me. Morris Chestnut is fine as far as I know. He's good with his old fine self. Ricky from, I met him years ago. But anyway, back to this. I meant Malcolm Jamal Warner. I did not mean Morris Chestnut. I was just running the list of celebrities that we have recently, unfortunately, lost. But the Zeus thing, I was kind of giving him a little lightweight pass for it because I was like, well, somebody's got to do it. This is a black man making money, whatever. But As a person who has always had my issues with reality TV and how reality TV has destroyed so many people, so many people's lives, so many families. And when I think about the fact that it is a culturally incompetent white male lens most of the time that is capturing the demise and the downfall of the Black community, I tend to be like, okay, if a Black person is doing it, what makes it any worse than what Black people are doing? And it is worse. It's a lot worse. It's a lot worse because we know better. We know what our kids don't need and our youth. We have to. There have to be adults in the room somewhere, and we cannot sell our souls for $1 billion, because we TikTok famous, and we can't sell our souls for any dollar amount. And unfortunately, the media and the press is chewing these young people out, chewing them up and spitting them out. Ray J has been in the entertainment industry for his whole life. Like I said, I first met Ray J and Brandy when Ray J was probably about that twist. I wasn't but about 19. So Ray J was probably like 7 when I met them. I know Brandy wasn't even like, Brandy didn't come out till she was 14. So he's been in the music industry and the entertainment industry his whole life, and he has really great parents. Sonya Norwood is no fucking joke. She is about it when it comes to her kids, when it comes to her family. I watched how my mom got invited years ago. The moms in the entertainment industry had this gathering. It was Reagan Gomez Preston's mom. I remember because she was from Detroit too. And my mother was like, oh, I met Reagan Gomez Preston mom, and she's from Detroit. It was Ray J's mom. Jamie Foster Brown did it. And it was like a meeting of mothers who had kids in the entertainment industry. And it was something, I don't remember exactly who was putting it together. It may have been Sonya Norwood that was trying to put it together. The group Quo, Dwayne's mom. It was just a lot of really talented mothers. Mothers of really talented children who were trying to come together and create a support group. And this was in the early 90s. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I got stories in this motherfucker. That's why y'all got to subscribe to Divine 9 TV. Matter of fact, I'm about to play my commercial. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell y'all about, I'll play it at the end. I'll finish telling y'all. But please hit like, share, and subscribe. And yes, I do have my Cash App up, our Cash App up. This is the Worth Media, Worth TV Cash App. We are listener and viewer supported. So if you like and enjoy the content and the conversation, which I'm coming to work every night. I'm editing 2 movies. I'm finishing the script on a project we about to start. And I show up live and direct for free 99. So if you guys are enjoying this, please Cash App $ fight FIGHT the number 4 Worth Women in Reality Film TV. That's WIRF. But Sonya don't play. None of those moms played. My mom was just so excited because she felt like she met people who understood what it was. In this industry, you guys, let me say this. I don't know if it's the same now, but back in the day, the babies wasn't safe. And clearly, obviously, it's something that still happens. The moms, the momagers who were there because, yeah, this is my child and my child is underage, and I'm going to make sure that I am present to make sure that my child is safe and not exploited and not, or worse. And there's plenty of that going on, hindsight, right? Because look, the Corey Haim, the Corey Feldman, the Aaron Carters, the Britney Spears, when you have the Justin Biebers, these young kids in this industry, we hear about it all the time, how Hollywood just basically did a number on these babies. And when they become adults that never had a chance to actually go through growing up, even with Keke Palmer. Keke's done a really great job. Keke Palmer is probably one of the few child star performer types that has her head on straight. And I think Raven too. Raven as well. But I think in both instances, they had parents who helped guide them and who understood this is how you reinvest or whatever. But look at what's his name. And he came around, Shirley Temple. Exactly. So that's the thing. When it comes to this Hollywood shit, it is not just black people. It is not. Because, baby, that polo, I have seen some recent images of Ariana Grande. And I'm like, baby, is that something on the side of my face? Baby, are you okay? She is thin. Like, if you come from the 90s, you know that there was a term that was used called heroin chic. It's giving very heroin chic. See, that's the shit that probably could be taken in as out of pocket and disrespectful. I be trying to figure out how not to be disrespectful. I take that back. I didn't mean to call it. But it was a fashion term. Heroin chic just meant that you were like super, super thin. Like I saw Vanessa Williams recently and I was like, she looks great. She looks great, but she's thin. Judy Garland is another one. Thank you, Kay, with the vibes. Americulture said Orlando. 205 Tuscaloosa. I don't know what that is. Waif-like. It is very waif-like, the look. Okay, but let me get back on track with Rage. Drew Barrymore? Really? I did not know. So again, listen. We can't even get an accurate list of the people that was involved in the word that we can't say that starts with an E, ends with an N, and got the word stain in it that you can't even say on TikTok, which what is that all about? That is why we have divine9tv.com, because at some point you're not going to be able to say the word black or woman or black woman or black man or business. At some point, it's just going to shut all the shit down. So make sure after this video, before or during the next, that you go to divine9tv.com and subscribe, because that might be the little place that we got to go and have. And it's very similar to how Patreon operates, right? Nikki, you've inspired me so much when it comes to learning about IP ownership. I'm going to read it again. Nikki, you've inspired me so much when it comes to IP ownership. That makes me so happy. That makes me so flippin' happy. That makes it worth my while. Thank you, Tristan, circa 89. That just geeked me up. That made my whole night. And why? Because that's why I do this. Whether there's 2 people or 50 or 500, it's always about pouring into our community and giving them the cheat code. And the cheat code is, because of you, so many of us are going to thrive. You're going to make me cry. Hold on, let me screenshot this. I'm going to put that in the frame and put it on my nightstand. Sick of this shit. Sick of these motherfuckers. Then I look over and be like, oh, Tristan said no. Uh-oh, TikTok. Did I lose y'all? Okay, I thought I lost you guys. I think I'm back. Am I back? I'm back and I better. Okay. I think that's who's that? Whose song is that? I can't think of it. Damn. Okay, back to Ray J. Child stars have it hard. Ray J is definitely somebody who would fit into that child star category. I think a lot of things have occurred with Orlando Bloom. Not Orlando Bloom. Orlando was, from Raven. A lot of entertainers have had a hard time navigating this industry because it just wasn't built for long-term success. It just wasn't. Orlando Brown, thank you. It was not built for long-term success. It was not built for you to create generational wealth and wellness. The entertainment industry is by any means necessary get that artist on that stage. By any means necessary get that artist on that set. By any means necessary get that artist to that in-store and to market. You know, it's really interesting. I was listening to Michelle Obama, and Michelle Obama was talking about fashion. Oh, thank you, World Treatment. Yes, Miss Nikki, that's why we're on here watching you. I love that. I love that. Oh, Orlando Brown has made a full turnaround and he has opened his own restaurant now. Oh, what a wonderful story. Okay, so according to the chat, Orlando Brown has made a full and complete turnaround and he has opened up his restaurant. And I love that for him. 100%. I love that. That is always good to hear a success story. Because if we amplify the madness, we need to amplify the win. Someone asked me if I was close to Quo. I was. Well, I mean, close is relative. They were much younger, but I knew them. I knew their parents. I knew Wade Robeson and his mother. And I had my perspective about his mother long before any of the accusations came out. I have a very strong, supernatural almost spirit of discernment. And once I latch onto something, I probably start to exhibit behaviors that aggravate the demons in people sometimes. I think that on R&B Divas, that was part of, the reason why people couldn't really put their finger on why they wasn't fucking with me, because it wasn't that they weren't fucking with me. It was that my spirit of discernment picked up and I wasn't fucking with you. Also, most child stars' parents are forced them to be in the industry. Well, let's say this real quick, because most of the child stars that I know, from Aaliyah to Aaliyah's mama wasn't here for it. She wasn't. Diane was, listen, she was not like, she support. And here's the thing. There is a fine line between a parent supporting their child's dreams and creative aspirations and being a stage mom. The Bailey's family, her mom, their mom and dad, rock stars. I believe Doug was a doctor. They weren't, they parents pour into their children. So if it means relocating, if it means getting them an acting coach, it means introducing them to, the right people to help them get, into the industry because it's their dream. That is their right to do. And as they should be involved every step of the way in terms of their career. So I'm not going to let the whole, parents of child stars are responsible for the demise of their children. What I'm saying is, here is the quick and dirty. This about to be another freaking 2 hour. Y'all let me come on these here lives and talk for 2 hours. Before I got on here, my husband said, this is going to be a fast one, right? I said, yeah, we ain't got that much to talk about. We're going to cover it. But my long-winded ass always got some shit to say. And I could just split it in half and do it for another show. But anyway, and that's the reason why it takes so long, because then I just hit a corner and just be all over here when I was over here. Let me say this about parents and the industry, and then we'll come back tomorrow night and we'll expound and expand the conversation. TikTok and Insta, please do me a favor and go to WIRF TV YouTube. Because if the TIKTOK Uda gets to acting funny still, it's going to be X and YouTube and stuff. But let me say this. Let me get this thought out. Most of the time, parents are no competition for the predatory behaviors that are 99.9% of the time exhibited by these wealthy, powerful, influential companies. Whether it is DISNEY, whether it is Nickelodeon, whether it is any of those, promises of success and fame with your kids, and you're competing with your children wanting it and you wanting to be a supportive parent, it's like a fish out of water. These parents have never been in Hollywood. These parents don't know what record contracts and record companies and shit like that look like. These people are professionals at getting the kids to be very, as a sports mom, I need to hear this, navigating these people. Ooh, sports mom, send me a DM. My best friend is like the best soccer mom ever, and she's learned so many things, and she started a nonprofit organization. Tyree, I got to send you this clip. K with the vibes too. K with the vibes too. I got to remember that. I don't mean to put you on blast like that. I'm sorry, sis. But my best friend she has a nonprofit where she wants to help sports moms. She got 3 girls and went soccer scholarships. They're amazing, fantastic. And she wants to help other sports moms figure out how to navigate that. But back to this entertainment industry moms thing again. Take it easy on the parents, because not all of them, even if it's Britney Spears' parents, like, and Caucasian families. No. Oh, thank you. I received that. Spirit in you is big. I love it. I love it. I love it. I feel like I'll be on the phone with y'all. I know, right? Long-winded ass. I'm the long-winded ass auntie that's just telling you everybody business, right? That's what Nice and Nikki is. We scrolling and chatting. Okay. Focus, Nikki. Reel it in and finish this up. Gotta land this plane. Parents want the best for their children, and they are being introduced to a very deep, oftentimes dark, not everybody, but the vast majority. All we got to do is look at all these documentaries. The entertainment industry doesn't care about you, me, and their mantra is fuck them kids. Allegedly, because I don't want nobody sending me no letters. These seasons just running around. Y'all see what happened with Christian? Oh, God. But they don't care. They don't care about your children. They don't care about your family. And when you are, white families are more versed in like setting up trust and putting money away and getting executors and all that kind of stuff. Look at what happened with Wendy. Look at what happened to Wendy Williams, for God's sakes. So when you've been in the business for your whole life, they want you to be dumbed down. They don't care about you being educated. I didn't know shit about money. I didn't know shit about how to take out 40%. You don't know that. And then you get scared and you get overwhelmed and you're like, oh my God, I got all this debt. And because your parents don't understand how to help you manage that little bit of money that you think you just rich as shit and get sick one time and it's gone. Like, we don't understand that. We balling out of control when we're 22. I signed my first record deal when I was 22 and a half, going on 23. What do I know about a 100-page contract? Except that Michael Jackson is giving it to me. So damn what you say, mom and daddy. Damn what y'all talk about in this month. This is Michael Jackson. Do I regret signing my deal? No. But has it been filled with a lot of lessons and a lot of moments that I would love to take back, redo, do over? Yes. And this industry is not set up for you to become more educated and informed and more fiscally responsible. They want you to remain in debt. They want you to remain indebted to them so that they can give you another advance. They can give you another $2. They can keep stringing you along. And nobody teaches you about how to set up the trust. And nobody teaches you about how you're supposed to, move and navigate in this industry. And then they're like, well, honey, when you become an adult, then you need to, but by that time, you so far in debt. Does the Sports Mom page have oh my gosh, I want to tell, hold on. Let me see if she'll answer the phone, because the Sports Mom thing came up. I'm calling my best friend to see if she'll answer the phone. So, because I want her to give you the name. I want her to give you the name of her org and what she's doing. She's probably working. Put her on blast. Call my BFF. Let's see what she say.
What's up, friend?
Hey, friend. I love you. Okay, so you're live, so don't say no. Look, don't say no shit we be talking about that we don't want the people to know about. So, so y'all, this is my best friend, Tyree. And the reason why I'm calling you is because I was talking about entertainment industry moms, and I was just talking about, she is on speaker. Oh yeah, you on speaker, right? I was talking about, you there? Okay, yeah. I was talking about entertainment industry moms, and a couple people actually inquired about sports moms, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. My BFF is starting a nonprofit and starting an organization specifically to help, because you have 3 fantastic daughters who have gone through the whole like D1 athlete stuff and all that shit. So what is the name of your org and what you're doing, and tell them how they can reach you? And then we're going to have you on the show so you can talk all about it. Is that TMI?
Okay. No, not at all. So what I've managed to do was start, well, it's kind of hard. One, I help people. It's called Passing It Forward. And I help other families learn the process of getting your kid recruited. Because unfortunately for Black and brown families, we don't get the same help and encouragement and guidance and information that other folks get. So because I went and rooted it out myself, I like to try to give it back to our community. So I do that. But I also ended up this year, my youngest daughter got into this flag football and became one of the top wide receivers and safeties in the nation in 1 year. So when I saw the opportunity there, I thought, oh my gosh. And the only teams that were taking her to the national championships and flying her to Canton, Ohio, and were these teams in the affluent areas. And she was one of maybe 2 girls of color on her team. And they were pulling us from our cities to go play and represent their cities. And so I was like, I need to start this in Long Beach for our kids. So I am now in the process of starting a girls flag club in Long Beach, California, and I have just officially gotten a sponsorship from the Rams, the NFL Rams. So
booyah, booyah. Everybody's like, congratulations, yay, yes. So yes, y'all, she is incredible, an incredible mom. Her daughters are incredible. They are super talented. So Tyree, we're gonna have you come on the show so that we can talk all things sports mom and stuff like that. But I was like, let me call my friend and put her on blast. So do you have your site up yet? Is your site up, or do you have your...
Yeah, Rula Flag is up and working. ROULA flag.com. And okay, let me tell you why I said Rula Flag.
Okay.
Because the name Rula it's the female name in like Hebrew, Greek, and Arabic. But what it means is a willful, defiant female daughter who exudes the characteristics of strength, courage, tenacity, and independence.
That's so fucking badass. Yes, indeed.
I will put a name to something because I feel like if you're proud of who you are and you're proud of your name and it means something, then it naturally comes through your spirit. So it is called Rula Flag for that.
I love that. Rula Flag. So I'm gonna make sure I post it in the comments or in the description. I love you. I'm gonna call you after, girl. We got some shit to talk about. But anyway, and my friend is fine as frog hair. She's fine as hell. She's smart. She's all the things. All right, love you. I'll call you after.
If you send me a message, I can help you with the recruiting thing on Rula Flag. So
booyah.
Have fun. I love you.
All right, love you. Bye. All right, y'all. Telling you, badasses all around me. Badasses all around me. But I just wanted to share that because I will forget, and it's super important. I know a lot of people have kids that are in sports, and she is just like the sports whisperer, the kids in sports whisperer, soccer. I told her she needs to let me produce a show called Soccer Moms. Rula Sports is the page. Nikki, question: why haven't your daughter been in the spotlight? Was that your choice or her choice? It was really kind of like both of ours. She never really, she like did a record. She got a song out. You're welcome. Please check her out. Rula Sports. Her name is Tyree, Tyree, like Tyrese with 2 E's. Sing a little, say it. I'll sing it on the way out because it's 2 hours and this is a long ass freaking live. It's 2 hours and 4 minutes. Oh my God. No, Brandy does not have the passion to be a entertainer or a performer. And because she did not have the passion, I did not try to stage mom it into her because she likes her privacy. And it is just not her ministry. And it is not like her, like, I have to do this or my life is not going to be the same. And if you have a child that does not feel that way about entertainment and media, don't force them. Encourage them to get involved in AI, encourage them to get involved in technology. I know that a lot of people have convinced us that AI is the DEVIL. I tend to disagree. I think that it is important that we understand that when it comes to programming these artificial intelligence situations, that our stories have to be in them. Our descriptions have to be in them. It's interesting. I'll never forget watching or listening to an interview. I'm about to get out of here, I promise. I was listening to an interview with Elon, and he said that they asked the chat to something about, I'm paraphrasing, like something about who the most powerful people in America, in the world were, or who would save the world or something. And the computer allegedly generated an image of a Black woman. And the argument was, I don't know what the prompt was, but it was a very, very powerful question and a very powerful prompt. Mr. Musk, I want you limiting my reach on X because I'm saying this because I might be having some of it wrong. But it was something along the lines of, and that is when we knew that we had to program the AI and put the right prompts in there so that it would not keep making this mistake. So when you start hearing things like it's not perfect, and if you ask the computer or the chat a question and it gives you an answer that is not traditional, we'll call it, or that could be offensive to older white men, because of the truths that the system is spitting out based on the all-knowing knowledge that it has. It is a weird concept. But we deal with AI every day. And like I was telling my grandson, when I watched Star Trek, they had the first flip phone I'd ever seen. When I watched the Jetsons, they had the first Skype or FaceTime that I'd ever seen. And I told him that the next thing that may happen in the near future is that teleporting shit. And he said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, in Star Trek, there was this term. It was beam me up, Scotty. And it would just pop up from one place to the next. Yes, I'm a nana. I'm about to be 56. I'm a nana to a genius. But he was like, and then we were talking about, sea creatures. Because he was like, you believe in aliens? I don't believe in aliens. I was like, what is an octopus? Octopus is an octopus. What is a bird? A bird is a bird. Why can't we fly? Why don't we have wings? Why can't we exist underwater? Which is a whole different world, a whole different universe. When you thank y'all for saying I look great. Part of it is the filter. I don't have a filter here or a filter here, but I got it's a little filter that come on the TikTok, just to let y'all know. But anyway, when you are in an environment that you can't live in, we don't know what goes on in the sea, except for when they send a little camera out there and the camera says, well, this is what the octopus does in the day. And this is what this, but that is an alien universe for you. That is a place that you can't live. You can't exist. You don't see the day to day. And what we have named these sea creatures, and what, like that Leviathan, I can't wait to see that Leviathan movie. It's supposed to be dragons under the water and all kind of shit up under the water, y'all. And how can we say that is not true? How can we say that there is not another universe out there where Three-Eye Atlas is really coming? Why is the Space Force set up right close to Antarctica? Why do we even have to have a Space Force? What are we fighting in space? I have been taught that you question everything. My mom was a little bit of a space cadet. My mom researched the Nephilim and Nibiru and or Nibiru or whatever you want to call all these things. I inherited the Aztec calendar from my mother. She was a very brilliant woman who always asked questions, was a really major critical thinker. And we just don't know. And I'm going to leave us with this thought. Part of the reason why we are so at odds with one another in the world today, be it, whether you feel justified based on your religion, justified based on the knowledge you think you have, justified based on what somebody told you, if you were not there, if you didn't see the Big Bang Theory or the droplet that turned into the person or the theory of the evolution or us evolving from apes or how the planet was two meteors and it clashed and it became, or that Jesus walked on water, if you didn't see that shit with your own eyes, no disrespect, Lord, all you have is something that you believe based on what you've been told, based on the explanation that you've been given for what a whale is, what an octopus is, what a bird is. We can't explain where they come from and why they are so different, except for what has been written in the Bible in terms of like Noah picked one of each and then the floods happened. And the older you get, and I don't mean any disrespect to anybody and anybody's religion, but I got questions about certain things that I've read in a lot of the books. And of course, I believe in God Almighty, who is my Lord and Savior. That is what I believe. But someone else believes in another deity or another. And I know that everybody's, well, no God before me. But the bottom line is, just like human beings and animals and fish and all that are all different, what we believe and what motivates us and what doctrines we subscribe to and all of this other stuff is all different. And the crazy shit is people fight and go to war and bang people in the middle of the street, even if they VA nurses and unarmed or not a threat and all that kind of stuff, just based on, you guys can't hear me? Is there an issue with my, hold on. Is there an issue with my mic over here on TikTok? Maybe the battery died. Oh, hold on. Whoa. Hold on. Let me get them straight because I'm about to get off here anyway, but I don't want to not say goodbye. All right. Is this better? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? No? TikTok, can y'all hear me? Can you hear me now? I feel like a Verizon commercial. Okay, y'all can't hear me now. All right, I got to figure out where that clip went. Okay, so basically all I'm saying, the sweatshirt will be available because I've been getting so many folks have been talking about this damn sweatshirt. Say It, Do It, Show It, Prove It will be available. I'm going to open up my YouTube store, and I think I'm going to open up our little Curvato Lifestyle Boutique because I'm just into this whole like sweatshirts that say thank you. Y'all can hear, but just real quick, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. It's been a 2-hour live. This is Nights with Nikki radio show. It's 2 hours. I got to get disciplined and not so long-winded. If we would just allow people to have their perspectives and to have their opinions and not feel like just because I don't see things exactly the way you do, I don't, worship the way that you worship, I don't eat the same foods that you eat. You know what I'm saying? If we could just allow people the space to be free, if we could just allow people the space to be free and be human, this world would be a much better, safer, easier place. But because of ego, because of evil, because I do believe that evil people exist. There's a bunch of them out there right now. There's always war. And for years, there has been that. And if we really wanted peace, it is attainable, especially when you are as powerful as the United States of America. And bullies are always going to get their day. Karma ain't going to let you get away with the shit without bringing it directly to your front door. And here's the thing that I want all the rich, wealthy, powerful oligarchs and just, the sins of the father. The sins of the father. The universe is not going to let you escape your karma. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited to spend these nights with y'all. Oh, that's not the right song. That's not the right song. Even though that was a nice little bop. That was a nice little bop. Oh, I don't want to rain on this parade, but I'm starting to question the love that was made. I'm not looking for just an affair. I told you I would do it. Just a little bit. We're going to be doing some concerts and some live shows and all kinds of really fun, cool stuff on divine9tv.com. It is going to be a great platform. You guys, I'm going to play the commercial on the way out. I am so grateful that you guys chose to spend the evening with me. Come back tomorrow. We're going to try to get started a little before 10:30. I'm about to play this commercial for divine9tv.com. And if you love me, prove it by logging on to divine9tv.com.
The timing is divine for real talent to shine. Real stories to be told. Watch it all unfold. It's time to set the stage for greatness to be made. Time to prove that we can uplift and entertain. Shows that make you laugh and some that make you cry. News and information to help you find out why. Music, food, and fashion fills who you shows with divine inspiration. Honoraries in my HBCU.
We got R&B divas.
We got R&B
and R&B kings.
R&B live performance and a film called Broken Things. She speaks live divas. Cocktail, brand new musical drama. It Girls Diary of a Diva. It's coming back all new. A short film, social conflict, producing curtains too. From the bottom up, Boulay Central. Social conflict and D9 News. Yeah. Subscribe and you'll see the power of Divine 9 TV. How it helps community rise up and shine.
Oh, by the culture led by the divine. Let's rise up and shine on divine9tv.com.
Owned by the culture
led by the divine.
Let's rise up and shine on with divine.
I love that commercial. I am such a grateful person for each and every one of y'all. Divine 9 TV is a platform for us, by us. TikTok is turning into TikTok, and it's like literally. That's a good way to wrap this motherfucker up. TikTok. The clock is ticking on how much access and exposure and how many messages that we can get to our people. So let's do each other the favor of connecting in these community-based places that are third spaces that we own. Go to Fanbase, go to Spill, go to divine9tv.com. Please, in order for us to stay connected, in order for us to have a place to be able to have conversations like this, who knows, these Nights with Nikki conversations might have to start happening on divine9tv.com if I say the wrong thing that YT don't want to hear. And I don't like being controlled to the point where you can't get your message to your people. And that is why we created divine9tv.com. And like the Divine 9 fraternities and sororities and organizations that have been around for hundreds of years, what we hope is that because we have a ever evolving and ever moving and ever growing group of people who are members of these organizations that can make sure this thing sticks around, that it never goes away. It lasts for hundreds of years, and we have our own platform. Like I said, owned by the culture, led by the divine. I'm Nikki Gilbert Daniels. You've watched Nights with Nikki. I love and appreciate y'all. Be safe, be healthy, and pray for our people. Peace.